Julian Suarez says, hello Eve, I'm a character artist who has been looking to get into the game film industry throughout the year, but I can't get anything solid. Let's take a look at your portfolio. Nice, yeah, so this is a tutorial from Nextune, yeah. That's a great concept. It's another tutorial. Okay. It's another tutorial. It's a character. Okay, so here's what I see on your portfolio, Julio. Is it Julio or Julio? Julian? Julo. Never heard that name before. Interesting. Okay, so what I see on your portfolio, man, is that you have, from the 6 pieces that you have, 3 of them are from tutorials. There's a little bit of a stigma with portfolio pieces being from tutorials because it means that you didn't do it yourself. You just copied someone that was teaching you the steps, okay? So, for instance, this tiger, and I know where this tiger is from because I was there when it was made. So, this tiger right here, instead of doing the tiger, this is my advice for everyone, instead of doing this tiger, just look for another animal, like a lion or like a panther, right? So, if you look for a panther, you might be able to find something that looks interesting, like this one, like spotted panther, right? Like that looks very, very cool. Or like a leopard, right? Look for a leopard. And you could do a leopard. Follow the exact same tutorials, the exact same techniques, but just do your own stuff, your own pose, your own everything, so that it looks more unique to than just like copying a what's the word? Than just copying a portfolio or a tutorial that someone else did. Okay. Same for the orc. Same for this monster right here. Now, once I take a look at your stuff, at the thing that you were doing by yourself, what I notice is, again, a lack of form on your sculpt. Like, see those eyes right there? Like, I know this is supposed to be... It kind of looks like Tlaloc from like Mexican Mayan mythology. So, there's no need to keep the teeth, for instance, and these circles as part of the same piece. Do them as a separate piece so that they have sharper edges and a sharper connection to the head. Then, of course, you're gonna have to do a retopology, which I'm not seeing here. So I'm not sure how how properly retopologized this character is, so that we can evaluate that kind of stuff. Get rid of the rain. You don't need this unless you're doing some sort of like post-production thing. The rain is just gonna distract us more from the piece than what we have right here. So be very mindful about that. And same thing with this one right here. Like the amount of detail you're adding, way too much detail, man. Way too much detail. It looks noisy. It looks like orange skin. And I know as we get older, our texture changes a little bit, but this is just looking a little bit too weird. Now, it could be improved a little bit by using a little bit of surface scattering that might like mask those things or that like detail a little bit more. But even then, it's just like a little bit too intense. Now on this one, we do see retopology, but it's not the right retopology. It doesn't have the proper loops, and it's flowing in a little bit of a wrong direction. So for you, my friend, probably the best course that I could recommend is the anatomy course. Like if you take the anatomy course and then take the retopology course to do the full process for Duncan, for instance, you could get a character that's more like ready for a game character. Even here, like the optimization of some of these assets, this might be the things that are holding you back, or that are making it so that people are not giving you the chance that you are looking for on the industry. Okay, there's still some technical things that we need to fix here. Now, I know that you have the technical knowledge. It looks like you know how to render, texture, UV, unwrap, and all of these things. That's great. We now need to focus again, as I've said with some of the other portfolios, on the quality of the things. Okay, I hope that helps. Yeah, Satlan, the 2024 market has been horrible. However, I was watching or reading some of Rafael Grassetti's opinions, and he got asked the same question, and he mentioned that one thing that he's seeing is that things will be picking up a little bit more in 2025. They'll still be a little bit slow, but they will be picking up a little bit more, and then things will get hopefully better in the next couple of years. Wolf Girl, hey, thank you for the gift there. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you. Says here, also, when it comes down to tutorials, you can see how much you understand it when you apply it to yourself. Yeah, exactly, Wolfgar. That's right. Like, that's the point of a tutorial. When you're watching a tutorial, the main thing that you need to get from it is the information and the processes so that you can apply them to your own stuff. If you want to do the exact same exercise to make sure you understand it, go for it. But once you're ready to translate that to a piece that you're going to use for your portfolio, it's very important that you don't copy it and you do your own thing, okay? You follow what the instructor is teaching and then you do your own thing, because that's where you're really going to learn. Like it's kind of like removing the training wheels from a bike, right? You really are on your own and you need to find how to solve the problems and the situations that you're gonna run into. That's when you really see whether you learned or not, when you take the wheels out and you do your own stuff. So yeah, that's another important one right there. Let's see. Question: is your Substance Painter course applicable to other programs, textures in general? No, Becker Draw. It's very like substance oriented. I mean, there are principles that you could maybe translate, but it's not gonna be as easy as a translation, to be honest. So I'm probably gonna be doing a Marmoset course soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but that one's coming as well on the pipeline, because it has some very, very strong texturing tools as well. Abdulatif, that's a great question. When do you separate objects and when you don't separate objects? I have a very good rule of thumb. If the object you're trying to model or sculpt is made out of multiple objects in the real world, do it as multiple objects. Because the closer you get to the real world, the better your bakes are going to be, the better your renders are going to be, the better the silhouette is going to be, the easier it's going to be to control the form and the edges. So if the object is modeled out of multiple pieces or assembled of multiple pieces in the real world, do it as separate pieces on the virtual world. Later on, we can figure out whether we merge it or dynamesh it or do other things. But a general rule of thumb is try to do it the way they would do it in the real world. You're going to get better results that way. Hello, this is my first time on your channel. Is it possible to be my portfolio as well? Not today, my friend, but we do this every single month. If you join our Discord channel, you will see a specific place where we do the portfolio review submissions. We're gonna open the submissions for December during December, so you gotta stay alert. And once that's open, you're free to do it. Like, this portfolio reviews are completely free. After updating Blender, can Blender sculpting softwares like ZBrush? Yeah, the new Blender stuff, guys. And actually, no, I don't have it here. I installed it on my laptop. But Blender just updated their interface. It's just the interface. Like, the things are exactly the same. Like, they did add a couple of extra brushes. But here, on the sculpting part, where is it? There we go. So they changed it. So now brushes are like the little icons similar to ZBrush. Again, it's the exact same thing. They didn't really like change the underlying thing about it. It's just like the interface that they changed. They did add a couple of more brushes, I think. But yeah, it's a little bit closer. It has always been a very good competitor on Anik Tranjan to ZBrush. Like, if you don't want to pay the ZBrush stuff, that's fine. You can do a lot, and I've seen a bunch of like amazing things inside of Blender. However, ZBrush is still the industry standard. So the big projects, the big things, the big like sculpts will be done in ZBrush because it allows you to do more things than what Blender allows you to do, okay? However, Blender is an excellent way to do it. We actually have that, like the course, the Axe course, this one. The Blender 3D AAA weapon for games. We do the sculpting and everything inside of Blender, and you can get some really nice results without having to jump into other software. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that will be it for you, my friend Julo.